Okay, I was on Twitter, um, and I got taken off Twitter because I was complaining that AstraZeneca was not a very good vaccine, and definitely not the vaccine that the Australian government should be giving to the old people, who are the most vulnerable from the coronavirus. Um, and they actually silenced all of the doctors and scientists. Two doctors hung in there with me, and we kept criticising AstraZeneca. We also wanted healthcare workers to get proper PPE. Anyhow, I got taken off Twitter. I took Twitter to court. The only Twitter that I could take to court was Twitter Australia, and the judge ruled that they are not Twitter. I mean, who the fuck are they if they're not Twitter? Anyhow, so I started up a group on Facebook, which is called Everything You Need to Know About COVID-19. I had my name on there before, but let me see. Can I pull up the posts that I've put on there? It's mainly me. I allow some other people to post occasionally, but it's mainly me. I just want to pull up my posts. Your content. Okay, your content, nothing seems to have changed. I mean, I put honest things up there. For example, this was a meeting which was called Second Opinion. There's a whole stack of doctors who are worried that the vaccines are not safe. There are doctors, nurses, etc. And
Pardon? DMED. It's the Defense Medical Database. And I'm going to just kind of cut to the punchline because we just don't have very much time at all.
They haven't actually pulled me up on this one saying that that's false, but they just try to control everything. Okay, here's the things I've done. I've put a joke up here. I mean, they could pull me up on that. But the things they've pulled me up are just wrong. And this is one they actually pulled me up on. They actually pulled me up on this. And I wrote here, Facebook app, you penalised me for posting a copy of this. It's straight from the WA website. And all it says the army is allowed to administer the vaccine. I'm not saying anything that's false. It's perfectly true. And I'm just pointing that out so people know. Another one they penalised me on was one that I said that if you harass a person, you can see I put lots of posts up here where I'm talking about the death rate and all sorts of things, but that the vaccine, the spike protein can get into your brain. These are important things. I didn't take this one down because it's true. It's a published paper. And I keep thinking every time I write something, I try to back it up. I try to put on references and everything. I'm trying to find something else that they penalised me on. Let me see. So I was posting, about 10 times a day. So there's a lot of my work has gone into this. I'm very conscious that there are people out there that take it a bit too far. I'm a scientist. I have a PhD from Oxford. I'm very proud of what I do, and my reputation means everything to me, So I don't say things lightly. I mean, I don't take things lightly. I'm very, very serious. So I'm just scrolling through here. Here, for example, I pointed out that 96.8% of people who test positive to COVID-19 daily or in total in New South Wales in the first week of January were fully vaccinated. Out of all of the people that were unvaccinated, no vaccine, only 779 people tested positive, whereas 159,127 had received 2 doses. All right. I'm surprised they didn't sort of pull me up on that, but I'm just still trying to find one of the things they pull me up on. They didn't pull me up on this one because there are actually lots of articles now showing that nanostructures within some of the vaccines. And this has been found in Germany, Spain, and New Zealand. But you know, they're quick to get onto anything that they think is not right, and they actually got me on 3 things that they actually apologized for. They actually apologized that they got it wrong. Okay, and I'll show you them in a second. But I'm just still trying to find. Actually, there's a quick way for me to find it because I stuck it up on my own page. So let's just go there. See here, for example, this is a really good post. I've posted it under a different name, John Brown, but it's interesting that the death rate in South Africa is rising, while everywhere else in the world it's approaching 0.1 per cent. Why has it gone up to 6 per cent in South Africa? If they're not counting the cases, it would be higher, but not increasing. So here's the posts that they apologised for. I mean, I'm very frank. Like, for example, here's a letter from the Australian government to doctors, telling them to extend the expiry date of the vaccine by 3 months. I mean, that's a joke. But I feel obliged that I have to do this. So, you know, we've also got in Western Australia, Mark McGowan is allowing the vaccinated to go into a restaurant, and if they sit down, they don't have to wear a mask, as if the virus magically floats 1.5 meters above your head. What a pile of shit. Now, you know, I like to call things out. You know, I'm not going to back off, but I had 24 hours of jail left on 2 things that they apologised about. So I never should have even been in jail. Okay, here are the 2 things they apologised about. We are sorry we got this wrong. We reviewed your post again, and it does follow our community standards. And simply was a post. There was a newspaper article which says that you can get jailed if you harass a WA worker that's checking your vaccine passports. Not that the vaccine passports make any sense. I said vaccine passports are a complete waste of time, given that 98.6% of all new cases in New South Wales, as calculated by me, were fully vaccinated. So they apologised they got that wrong. They apologised they got this one wrong as well. I said that the death rates of the virus was falling off so quickly, it's almost like a flu now. And I said that the dictator, which is Mark McGowan, is basically his passports are going to be for a flu, and they've got LOL, so you know I'm laughing about it, okay? So they penalised me, and then they wrote, oh, we are sorry we got this wrong. So I shouldn't have even been in jail, and I was in jail for 7 days, and I had 24 hours to go. Then they pulled me up on a post that was on Twitter, which was a parody by a guy who called himself Hat Mancock, as opposed to Matt Hancock. And he made some post about sticking a nanochip. It was a joke. I didn't see it a joke at first, but then I noted in my post that it was a joke and laughed about it, and they penalised me on that. This is like weeks ago. Now, while I'm in jail with 24 hours to go, they repenalised me for that same post and extended my jail time from 24 hours left to go to 29 days. I mean, I post some serious stuff in here. I mean, stuff that matters, that you know, determines, like, for example, the effectiveness of the vaccines and things like that. You know, the fact that the spike protein has bits on it that come from the HIV virus. which shows that it was made in the Wuhan lab. I mean, they can't question me on that because it's there. It's science, and I've tried to stick to science, and I just feel that this is just so wrong. Facebook has just gone too far. Like you can't say anything, and when they censor you, you don't get like natural justice to say, hang on a tick, you've got this wrong. You don't even get to reply to them, and they cut you off from replying from their help and support thing. If you try to contact them through this, it doesn't work. It doesn't send it, and it's just a joke. It's just got now. It's just beyond the joke, and I'm just so upset. Like I spend a lot of time here. For example, I've got a post which basically says I think that Omicron will end the pandemic now, and I say why, and you can see I write a lot. There's a lot of writing in there, a lot of thinking, and because I'm a scientist, my reputation is always on the line as well. So I get plenty of graphs to support things. Here, for example, you can see that the death rate in Russia is suddenly going up, even though the case numbers actually going through the roof. All right, so the deaths are going down and the death rates. So like I don't say these things without proving them. Here, 98.6% of adults who are infected daily or in total New South Wales are fully vaccinated. This makes a complete mockery of vaccine passports. I put my name there. I put my group there. I tell them why I got banned on Twitter. And then on Facebook, I've been arguing that COVID is the disease of the vaccinated. So we should not have vaccine passports, no mandates. We don't need to vaccinate children. And vaccines have failed. They definitely have failed. If we look at where we were last year compared to this year, we are now much worse off. Now, I am so mad at Facebook for constantly censoring me. They're clearly picking on me. I mean, I've given like a lot of data. I spend a lot of time thinking about things, and this puts in jeopardy. I mean, everything that I've done, all of my work, just because like this post, I went to jail for this. Jail for those harassing workers, blah blah blah. They allowed me to. They put it back on, but all I was doing is repeating what the news article said. Like I wasn't saying anything wrong. They've got bots that go around and check. They find words, keywords, and once they start to pick on you, they actually, so put you in the basket where they're constantly trying to find something. Now I'm posting 10 to 20 posts a day. Of course, they're going to find something. And, they did. Here's this little Ziggy.
Careful. Don't fall off. Don't fall off.
When she realises that Dad's got her. It's just wrong.